got paired into the big dash guy.
Hey, we're live, Blake. Block A.
Welcome to the Gigaba. We are here in Dublin, California. If you've heard all this already, it's one more time. This is the Golden Gate Battlegrounds, but it's also actually a Battlegrounds for LSS. That means people are going to be playing for a bunch of cool prizes today. You get a tournament pack for showing up. That's pretty cool. But after 7 rounds of play, 100 people will be turned into just 8. And whoever wins that gets a Pro Tour invite, maybe a gold card, and will be a Battleground winner, which does come with a special thing. I remember Battleground winners get like a playmat, and it's something where this is what you used to remember to be called a Battle Harden, and maybe Battle Hardens in your past are now Battlegrounds in your heart now. It's pretty cool. We get to see some new cards in Oscilio already. This looks like... Which Oscilio is this? We got 38 health? Nope, 36. But we do have some new Omens things, like the new helmet and the new chess piece. So that's cool. What do you think about Oscilio, Taylor? Taylor's here too. This is Taylor Morrow and Blake Meyer, by the way, from the Attack Action Podcast.
Hello. I think those tattoos on Brian's arm are freaking awesome.
They're from Omens cards.
Yeah, so it's all themed up here. So just blasting with a bunch of spells here. That's a pretty good opener.
And if you're wondering what is that poker chip, everybody I think also got a poker chip that on one side is 2 resources of the Golden Gate Bridge, and then the other one is the flower of the Gigaba. Is it a poppy? I forgot to ask what it is.
Yeah.
It's a poppy.
Yeah. California themed. Pretty nice here. Brian also is number 69.
Love that.
Whereas Mr. Casey, number 3.
So if we're paying attention, these are 2 heroes that start off with 36 life. And they're also heroes that maybe aren't great at blocking. So I think this could be a race to the finish of... I don't think this will be an hour-long game. I don't think this will be the one that takes the longest. But Casey is AB3, maybe 4. That looks more like a physical equipment. So he's got AB3 to spin a blue to make sure the spells don't get too big from Brian.
Which you got to, you know.
Where you going?
We're clicking buttons. We're figuring it out. And Boost, just in case you forgot, Boost is going to get rid of the top card of the deck. Oscilio's not really a deck that wants to be like... Because Oscilio also gets cards out of their deck, so it's not going to be like... There's no fatigue options for Oscilio to take dash to the end.
Right. And this is like a new spell. Just, I showed up and then I was Danny DeVito blasting type of Oscilio here. Right?
Yeah, I guess this is not physical at all, so it may be... It's nice that Dash has all of her AB on stuff that works for her doing other things. Like, the boots are something where I need this to get one more action point at the end to kill my opponent, but it does have AB1 because she was originally from Arcane Rising.
I also like the inclusion here of Absorbent Aether Yellow, which means we most likely have Absorbent Aether Red. So really enjoying that effect. Super efficient off of a blue. Being able to play, your Absorbent Aether with 1 resource and then a spell with the other 2 leftover resources, which could be sick. Nice little combo. Catch them out when they don't have the perhaps resources.
And I think if you're playing Dashio, you're probably maybe seeing an arcane version of Oscilio's better for you, because arcane disruption is I can mess with your arsenal if I play a certain card, and maybe I run Mind Warp to mess with your 1 turn, but there's not going to be...
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be Command and Conquers. I don't think there's going to be hand disruption played, and that is something, physically at least. So I think that is something where I can pitch enough to prevent the disruption if I really like my hand. Especially if you have that whatchamacallit, Techlo Core going off, giving you 2 extra resources. That's going to help you have stuff left over to pitch for AB if Brian's trying to work on his opponent's turn the whole time.
And we've assembled a lot of parts here for Dashio to kind of combo off here, right? Techlo Core, like you said, free resources, processor, free cards, basically. And I would expect,
I think Dashio is going to be very important next week at Pro Tour Vegas because it feels like a premier aggro deck that can run over people if you draw extremely well in the beginning and don't get disrupted.
right.
No time zone.
And then this is going to be null time zone. What do you think about this card?
I mean, I think it's a really cool card. The onus really is on Casey to figure out what card he's going to choose here for the null time zone in the tank thinking. If at all, it would be great if the stream knew what card he chose.
I think he's still thinking.
I certainly don't know.
He's about to say it right now.
He's going to write it down?
Oh, yeah.
That's a big play. He
said
chose Aether Flare. Nice.
And whenever
Smart.
you hear that, I think Casey's going, I don't want to get Aether Flared, which turns into a bigger spell afterwards.
Right.
Has that happened to you yet playing against Oscilio, where you know what could possibly happen with Aether Flare?
What do you mean?
Like, hey, I'm going to use a lot of my... I have an AMP 1 going to go off on my next turn.
Oh,
I
another
can
processor. Jesus.
do some other stuff with... I can pump up this Aether Flare with my staff. I can do a bunch of stuff with this Aether Flare and then play the strike twice that we do see in his hand.
Right.
And that's something where it's like, oh, if I say Aether Flare, I'm not going to get obliterated comboed with this and fall behind in life.
Right. You're correct. Gets the extra resource here from Lightning Chest. Comes in for 3 because of the Absorb and Aether. AB2 takes 1 damage. And then now you get to play your
Use my 1 floating to
strike twice here, which is pretty sweet. He's been waiting this whole turn to do that.
And if you're like, I don't quite understand Oscilio Wizard stuff, how does Wizard play patterns kind of work? It is something where if I wait till my opponent's done doing a bunch of things, they won't be using AB to stop this. So it is kind of like block 6 to 9 on their turn, send whatever I can afterwards, and kind of block more than you chip.
Right.
Is the idea.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, up top there we got our life totals. I don't know if those are accurate for what's happening in the game.
Casey did not really attack much last turn, so yes, Brian blocked all of it out and then got pinged a couple times. So
Gotcha.
those are good.
Perfect.
Yep. I'm gonna.
And that's something where Casey, usually you don't want to pitch as an aggro deck on your opponent's turn. But what's cool about Dash.io, she has access to the top card of her deck every time and can play a item that's 0 or 1 from the top.
That's correct. That's what that hero text box says. Incredible to have a text box on your hero that you could do stuff with, have an ability.
That would be nice.
Ooh, Aether Flare drawn in the hand, so we're going to get Ixnayed on the null time zone there.
He can't play that from hand, but he can play it from arsenal. You can also block with it, but he can't pitch it either. That was the one that blew my mind. I was like, what?
What? Not a great blocking hand here. I guess we do have the cloud cover.
Second null time zone?
It's pretty messed up, dude.
Casey, give him a break.
Yeah. So great t-shirt there, Casey. Good job. Well done.
What does it say?
I will name up
Something of... It's a baseball shirt.
It's a baseball shirt. It's baseball season right now. It's null time zone season, really. You think he chooses a different card or just picks Aether Flare again? Absorbent Aether?
Absorbent Aether Flare. Absorbent Aether is one of my favorite wizard cards. I know you haven't seen it be played very much because it was only around for a couple months in a certain format, maybe Blitz. But Absorbent Aether is so strong because it's a D reaction that also advances your gameplay as Wizard, and it can work on any card you play, whether it's instant. There wasn't a lot of instants that do arcane damage 5 years ago when it first came out, so it's gotten better as more Wizard cards have come out recently.
Yeah, and it's just that's a cool part, I think, of Flesh and Blood is getting to see old cards, new life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unthinkably playable in Kano for the majority of his life.
But really good in Icelander to play this on your Emeritus Scolding, and now your Emeritus Scolding's a red Emeritus Scolding even though it's blue. Whoa.
That's nice.
This is coming in for 6 or 7.
But this zipper hit's coming in for 4. Boosted, go again.
Okay.
Do we have any triggers on our boost? No, that's more of a max thing. There's no on hits currently, but there's about to be a bunch of damage coming Brian's way. And I would be terrified if I was against this Dashio right now because we got 6 counters on our guns already. So anytime we get extra action points, there's going to be some attrition damage from that weapon. And then if he ever just draws 5 cards of boost,
Yeah,
it's going to be pretty bad.
make 2 ponders here. You also can play the cloud cover to gain yourself a resource and then use the hat to turn one of those ponders into another blocking card, which maybe you do here, but uncertain if that's like the true line. Just I do like this new hat, though, that allows you to kind of use those ponders in a different way. You know, I appreciate that type of card design. It's like, well, I can choose how I use this token. You know what I mean?
Truly, because it is kind of like, oh, if you play a card that makes you 2 ponders, what are you actually getting from it? And it's like, well, I'm playing a card to draw 2 at different times. It's a 2-for-1 in my own deck or whatever, but I can do it at my speed. I can play around some disruption or even something as much as like an intimidate. It's like I'm going to wait until all the intimidates are done and then use my helmet to like get around it or something.
Yep.
You're like, oh, that's crazy.
Third Eye of the Sphinx. Here we go, another boost. We did see that play line of using that floating resource. Get a ponder here. Looks like we're just going to rip off here a arcane spell.
This is the new one that's instant, and it does 2 for 3, which it's pretty expensive, but it does not block because it's an instant, obviously. There's some instants that block now, but this is not one of them. And it's just do 3 arcane to your opponent. I think this is probably going to be in this deck for the rest of our lives because it is pretty strong. Oh, the health bars go down.
Yeah, like a fighting game.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that till just now.
Isn't that cool? Hey, guess what? 4 go again boost for the 3rd time.
Hate to see it.
2 cards in hand per 3 cards in hand?
2 cards in hand. We got a judge call somewhere else. Hate to see that. But
Can't do that.
you can block with it.
Oh, you can block with it.
That's one thing you can do.
Oh, yeah, you can't pitch.
Flash bolts, flavor text. With lightning, will scour these intruders from Volthaven skies. From Renzer Edlingsturm.
Elding's Turn.
Jeez.
Do you think when they came up with that name that they just went to Google and they went, random name generator for a wizard?
No. That took 3
That was
days of work.
That was a brainstorm?
They spent more time on that than they did the limited for Super Slam.
Do you think the same thing happened when they came up with what's his name? Kevin? Kyle
from the Dumb Monastery.
No, he's junkyard somethings. 10, huh?
Boom grenades. What do you think about boom grenades?
Well, I would say that they are pretty annoying, but I think there is. I guess we skipped over the fact that he just got max V'd. You know, that's pretty sick. Boom grenades are pretty annoying, and I think a little skill testing because there is a point where you have to kind of maybe get boom grenaded, and knowing how to do it is good. Our third co-host of the day, Colin, the Calling Honigman, is making faces behind us.
It is interesting.
He's trying to distract us from being professional, but we will not succumb to that temptation.
Love that. Those are card names.
I could write lore for LSS now.
My turn.
He did all that on his turn of, let me pitch into this before it leaves, which makes sense. Everything's going to be gone except for the Absorbent Aether Null Time Zone. I'm assuming there's not any Galvanized cards, but if he does have soup ups, they're live.
Right. I think what's kind of a interesting thread we're seeing develop through this game is the health totals are not too dissimilar, right? And so because of Storm Striders, because of arcane damage and wizard spells and stuff, if we can keep walking Casey's life total down with us, that puts us in a like position we could win from. But if we wind up not being able to pressure that life total as they're pressuring our life total, then, the game's going to run away from Brian here. So it is a little bit of a luck of the draw here.
This is a gross one called Heist. Heist is a card that says if this hits, check both players' banish zones and you can play an item card from there. So you kind of want to run -IO out of resources, and Heist is like, cool, I'm going to get one of those resources back. So this is definitely a must-block card, which when you're Oscilio and you probably have a bunch of instants in your hands, you're like, oh, do I have enough to block 5? Because, yeah, I can figure out how to block 4 pretty easily, but 5 is like, dang, that's 2 cards, 2 equipment pieces. That's a lot. So if this does go through, Casey's going to be like, cool, I'll go get this boom grenade. And people always do, oh, does boom grenade trigger on the actual hit? It's like, no, it's still in your banish zone before we do this.
So Brian's been able to keep up this barrage of arcane, right? With shock to turn on Starfall and then into strike twice there for damage.
But
Now you're going to get boom
he's going to get boom
grenaded.
grenaded.
Yeah, and heisted. It's pretty tough. It's too bad we can't hear the players. Hopefully we will in later rounds be able to pick up on their moaning and breathing patterns, because that's what I'm looking forward to. Oh, shooting the gun.
But I'm going to keep boom grenade to have pressure next turn and just do a couple damage. I think that's something where, in my mind, I'm like, oh, why aren't you doing the thing? Maybe he doesn't have the attack action in Arsenal right now or in his hand. Maybe there's something else that he's putting on Arsenal. Or maybe he's like, I prefer having more pressure next turn to make my opponent block a whole bunch.
Pitch that there,
Because
Brian.
I don't want to get to 16. I don't want to get to 12. I don't want to get to 9 health where Oscilio can steal the game.
Now, unfortunately, Brian did not have a ponder, so I feel like this is a turn where we might be a little behind, because we're seeing our third copy of Aether Flare, and we really want to park that bad boy in Arsenal for what we call what's it called? Kill turn.
I think when you mentioned we couldn't hear the casters,
Players.
we're the casters.
We're the casters.
I think when you mentioned we can't hear the players, they're like, oh, let me just click this button because now we can.
Perfect. Which is a new feature here for the Golden Gate Battleground, presented by King Kong Games Battleground, that we're featuring.
So what is the benefit of playing the new Oscilio style with the old Oscilio Hero box?
Well, you get access to the hand fixing, right? And that's kind of basically it, right? Is that you can
get access to 2 less health.
Yeah, but you get to kind of try to dig through to find your combo, if that's your game plan here, is to combo a bit more.
You can discard things from your hand to turn on Starfall, maybe more consistent.
Yep. Yeah, without having to.
Pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
I will say about these two, they are men who have serious furrowed brows and are wearing glasses.
Oh my.
We got our first oh my of the day. He's like, you're playing a hero that doesn't quite have all the answers, like blocking.
Yep. No. Yeah, he has to use the Aether Flare there. We don't want to expedite to hit.
Expedia. We're putting the max V on the bottom of our deck just in case we need to win at the end.
We also just might not have the resources. Max V and Arsenal also. That is why we didn't have the attack action we could play at the end with the Boom Grenade. We're certainly getting Boom Grenaded this time.
0-60 gets rid of T-Bone on the boost.
Fun fact about T-Bone, the Attack Action Podcast's first spoiler card, T-Bone.
Whoa.
Yep.
I forgot about that. That Boom Grenade hit?
It definitely did. We don't have any cards that block in
Oh,
hand.
no. Not like this. 5 more from Zipper hit. I'm going to go to below 5. This won't kill me, but maybe I'll use my shoes to
Yeah, we're definitely
try
going
to kill you.
We can block with the hat, though.
So take 1, go to 2. Yep.
2 is another gun, though. Is he going to break his shoes? No. We'll do it next time.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting part of the game is like, do I smell?
On my turn? Nope.
Do I go for it? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or do I play it a little safer and play out a whole other turn? You know?
Yeah, and if you're paying attention, why did Casey ask, are you doing this on my turn? If Brian goes, yeah, I'll do it on the end of your turn, I'll do this, and then he still has a window to break his shoes and then shoot a gun afterwards and kind of know that the gun will kill him.
Okay.
So I think that's why that question was asked. On Brian's turn, he just literally put a card in Arsenal and said, next time.
Go to 16. So this is 2 go again. Activate Oscilio. Okay.
We're discarding an instant to draw an instant.
Echo Flash. That's a fun card. Doesn't block, though.
We got to find a card that block. Oh, prevent. That'll work. So far, Dash doesn't have any cards in her kit that get around prevention.
She does. It's called Chain Links.
True.
Yeah.
Break the chain. Why would we break the chain? Because we need to Teklo Foundry Heart. This is one of the best things you can do as a mech. Pay 1, look at the top 2 cards,
Double
and
Boom Grenade.
get an extra resource because each card you banish from the top card of your deck, that's a Mechnologist card, you gain a resource.
3 floating. So 3 go again.
Let's Zipper hit.
It's nice these aren't breakpoints. For
Yeah.
Brian, anyway. If I'm Casey, I'm like, come on.
Thank you for keeping me alive for another 22 seconds.
Reactions. No. Alright, in reactions, I'm going to.
Pop off. Critically pop off.
Goals are play an Echo Flash, so you have 2 Arcane coming on the front, and then 1 when it hits the graveyard. No AB, so I'll take the 2, 19, and then it creates the trigger. Yep. Nothing else, so I'll go to 18.
Interesting. He just wanted to say that there was a trigger there.
He's in the yellow.
Got him to the yellow.
Yellow breakpoint is 20, I think. Red seemed like it was 10.
Sorry.
It's all right, Brian. Think all you want.
Checking the spell in my arsenal to see if it does 18 damage. It doesn't.
3 more coming at you. Nothing. 15.
Cool. That'll work. Pulse Wave Harpoon.
Fist
For
bump
enough.
extended. Ooh.
He said.
And then there's
he
the
said.
Max V.
He said, "I did not listen to Culture Court. I'm going to show you how dead you were."
Yep. There we go.
Casey
winner.
wins. It's Dash.io. Which I think you're being like, yeah, he won last time, so he's going to be somebody that people are looking out for today in our 100-person field. Or if you see him on your gym, you're going to go, oh, crap.
I don't know. I say thank you, Casey, for being a listener of the Attack Action podcast.
Oh.
Talked to him last time at Games Parlor about that.
And you also say, thank you for helping me banish your deck. I'm Arachne Huntsman. I will help you boost your deck.
He also said, I'm newly a Californian.
No way. When did he move here?
I don't know. I don't have that much lore on that player. So, sorry we have technical difficulties with this camera. We blame Tommy B5K.
Oh my
for that.
God. Uzuri is a hero in Outsiders. How are you enjoying this meta of 1 so far? If I saw an Oscilio that had 36 health, I'm actually putting my D-Reacts in. I'm not running AB, and I feel like I'd be screwed. So it is pretty cool that Dash IO is the aggro deck that runs the most AB. Feels like a good position for her.
Yeah, because it's pretty free, and you're an aggro deck that has blues. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good matchup for you.
I feel like she is the aggro deck that's had the most blues forever and ever. Like every
Sure.
version of Dash has blues.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm an aggro deck, I have go again with things that cost 2 and 1.
Or 0.
Yeah. Everybody has go again that is 0 cost. That's why we can just run reds.
Oh, that's true.
But like my 2 for 6s have go again on them. 2 for 5s maybe. There's a lot of 2 for 5s. There's heist. Gotta block that. The heist.
Throttle's 2 for 6, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a few of them. And then there's Max V that's 2 for 10 where you're like, what the hell?
I can still remember vividly the first time I got Max V'd at the kitchen table, and I didn't know that was a card, and I was like, what the heck?
What the heck?
This is a card? It comes in for 10?
Goliath Gauntlet makes it 12?
That's upsetting.
I'm freaking dying. By the way, if you're loving this broadcast, remember to like our channel, the Attack Action Podcast. If you're not loving this broadcast, remember to like our other channel, the Attack Action Podcast, where we balance out by someone way more chill than us, Zane Johnson.
Apparently we're supposed to read stuff. From those of you joining us outside the Bay, remember to like and subscribe to our channel, where you'll be able to catch future broadcasts of our quarterly competitive Fab events, broadcast at this quality or slightly better. Or you can check out our past broadcasts, which are broadcast at this quality or much worse.
Nice.
So that's pretty good. We're supposed to read that during deck shuffling, which I think
He's
counts
shuffling,
because
yeah.
Casey is shuffling.
Still got it.
There you go. Colin, you can have your phone back. Thank you. Ever the producer. Blake, is there anything else we should talk about? Or
I think that's something that's fun for me to talk about whenever I go to a 7-round tournament is like, I feel like Casey just had a good first round, and he's playing a aggro deck that he's probably well versed in, and I can't remember the other guy's name. I'm sorry. Brian. There we go. Brian did not have a great first round. Results-wise, maybe he had a fun time.
Yeah.
But you have a loss, and it's like, I'm playing a more complicated deck. I'm playing a deck that maybe is more fun for me and more interesting to me. But now this path diverges. If somebody's 1-0, somebody's 0-1, and I'm somebody that, like, I'd rather bring a deck that I like and have fun with, but I go down that 0-1 path a few times where you're like, it'd be so much cooler to just play an aggro deck that's pretty strong in this meta and have a 1-0 and a chance to win top 8.
This is how you got to think of it. 2 things. 1, you just got to have radical acceptance of what has just happened to you. Right?
And that's not working for me very
I know.
often.
But it's because you're not practicing radical acceptance. We got to have radical acceptance. The other thing is you got to remember, in a 100-person tournament, round 1, 50 people are going to win, 50 people are going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So 50 losers go over this way. 50 winners go this way. They literally group you by the bathroom if you're a loser.
It's kind
group
of
you by the table if you're a winner. It's so
one of the
herded over
things
there.
that we might. Tommy B5K, let us know. Are we doing the salty playmat? Is that a thing happening today? Is that something we're doing? We're waiting.
We'll figure it out.
We're waiting on comfort.
Working
We're working
on
on
it.
it. Okay, so something we might be looking at today. I'm just to spoil this so you can use this at your local meta or whatever if you haven't heard of this before. Is there's a playmat that is given to one player or a pair, and then the loser gets to take the playmat and sign it, and then continue on the playmat's journey. And then at the end of the tournament, whoever is the
biggest loser,
has everybody's signature and walks away with the cool playmat.
That one
signed by
time I
everybody.
went 0-7 at King Kong Games. I'm gonna frame this, put it at my office, and
I
have
think
people
that's-
ask me.
I think that's still cool though. Like you still got to play the whole tournament, right? And
You got a $400 playmat.
you weren't results oriented. You know what I mean? Not like I feel like so much in the game, everybody is like
Results.
Yeah, I went 0-2, so I'm going to go do something else with my day.
Right.
It's like, well, you drove all the way
I
here
have
to
a
the
baby
game
shower.
store. You know,
That shirt says Battle of the Bay, if you were wondering that whole time, just like
Yeah,
I
it's-
was.
Giants versus the A's, which they are in Sacramento right now.
You're telling me they had 2 baseball teams within 36 minutes of where we're currently at for how long?
Dude, we don't need to like get into
Political?
that. Yeah, we don't need to get political right now. Yeah, you're right. We went down. You know, in a fun way, if we could match up what Casey's lip flaps are doing, it's kind of like one of us is talking and the other one is the dwarf on screen. You know, since Tommy B5K can't figure out how to get this freaking camera to
No
work.
way. How dare you. How dare you. That's it for round 1 over here at the Gigaba. We're going to be here for all day. Put your laundry in now. Get your bagels on the way.
God, a bagel would be nice
You
right
probably have a coupon on DoorDash. Use it so you don't have to go anywhere.
now. Is it worth it to sign up for Dash Pass?
To be honest, I have been signing up for food apps. I'm going to get in so many class action lawsuits 10 years from now, but I'm enjoying my free food from Taco Bell. I'm enjoying my free food from Chick-fil-A.
Is it free though?
It's literally if you spend $15 to $20, like here's a $4 item for free. And it's
Oh.
like this is $4 that I have now. That I
Look,
wouldn't.
Casey heard you and he was getting on his apps right there.
And it is something where they are literally using your information, but it's like this bean and cheesy rice burrito is pretty good.
That's true. Okay, we're going to go to some B-roll. I think Colin's going to hop in here later. We're hoping for round 2. Hopefully not too many fatigue decks, so this won't take too long.
Colin hopping in, man.
If it does take too long between rounds, we'll just hop back in and just freaking blab.
Yeah, I like that. That's our first round. See you soon.
Okay, bye. I love you.